Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a Q&A and also a get ready with me on this look. It's just a really natural look. I just kind of, slapped it on my face and called it a day. But I get a lot of DMs asking me tons of questions, so I thought I would just kind of ask you guys what you want to know about me, and I would just answer them while I do my makeup because I love watching those types of videos. So yeah, if you want to see how to get this neutral makeup look and you want to see my answers to some of your guys' questions, then just keep watching. Okay, so I'm testing this foundation out for the first time. I got this at Ulta when I went border hopping recently, and I'm excited to try it. It's the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define High Coverage Foundation. I've tried the concealer and I like it. I don't love it, but I've been interested to try this, so I figured I'd pick it up while I was there. The only thing I'm kind of weirded out about is the fact that it comes with a doe foot applicator. I just think that this can collect so much bacteria and it kind of freaks me out. But I'm just using it on myself, so it's like not the biggest deal in the world, but still. Okay, so while I'm blending this out, I'm gonna start answering some of your guys' burning questions. This foundation isn't that full coverage also, just as a first impression. Okay, so the first question is, I probably should know this, but I'm not sure, and you've never actually said, but I'm really curious. How old are you? I'm not sure if I'm ready to answer this question, because I feel really old. I say that as if I'm actually old. I am 23 right now, and I'm about to turn 24 on the 22nd of March. And I don't know, but 24 just sounds so much older than 23, and I'm really not ready to be 24. I don't know. It's kind of like my midlife crisis came early. Also, this is a fantastic color match for me. Like, it is spot on. However, this is the lightest shade, so if you're lighter than me, like, you won't have a shade. I actually kind of really like this finish. It's super matte. It's not as full coverage as I thought it was gonna be, but that's okay. Like, it's not like it's sheer by any means. It's more medium, I'd say. Okay, so next question, what are you studying? So I am in university right now, and I'm just gonna go in with my e.l.f. 16-hour Camo Concealer. I am in university right now, and I am in my last semester. I will be graduating with a Bachelor of Science. Crap, this is the concealer that was super dark for me. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mix a little bit of Shape Tape in there because it's lighter. This was all a mistake. I should not have used that concealer. Abort mission, and now I have both eyes on, and I usually do one at a time. This is really stressful. I'm sorry, but yeah, back to the question. I'm not really sure where I was at in explaining this, but I will be graduating with a Bachelor of Science with honors specialization in biopharmaceutical science, which sounds a lot harder than it is. It's basically just biochemistry. I specialized in genomics, which is the study of the genome. So yeah, I'll be graduating with that very soon, and I've applied to some colleges. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do afterwards, but we'll see. That actually didn't turn out as bad as I was thinking it was going to. The Tarte Shape Tape lightened it up quite a bit. So I'm just setting my face using the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. The next question is, how do you earn money? Do you have a job outside of makeup? And if so, what? So the answer to that question is I don't make money doing YouTube or Instagram. I have in the past, but it hasn't been much. It hasn't been much compared to like how much time and effort I put into it. And I'm just gonna go in with my Too Faced Just Peachy mattes. I'm just feeling like a really soft neutral look today. But yeah, I don't make money off of this. This is more of a hobby for me. Again, I have made money in the past from it, but it's not really sustainable at all yet for me. That being said, I don't actively like reach out and pursue opportunities, or else I'm sure I could make a living wage off of this. But since I am still in school, I just don't really have the time for that yet. And as for how I make money, I am still mooching off of my parents because I don't have much money and I don't have much of an income. I was working and going to school at the same time, but the job that I was at was really not flexible with their schedule, so I ended up having to quit. just because with midterms and all of my courses and stuff, it just wasn't working for me. So I graduate in April, as I said before, and then I will go looking for a job, or I will try to sustain myself doing social media, and I'm not sure if I can, so I guess we'll see. So the next question is, what made you decide to go cruelty-free? P.S. I love that you are cruelty-free. Thank you. I love that I'm cruelty-free as well. What made me decide to go cruelty-free? I had to take a course in my degree, and it was an elective, and the only thing that was available was feminism. So I ended up taking that, and first of all, it was the easiest class I've like ever taken in my life. But second of all, they made you watch those god-awful videos of animal farming in North America. Like all of those awful documentaries that make people go vegetarian, they made me go vegetarian. So I'm a vegetarian now. I've been a vegetarian since I watched those documentaries back in 2015, I want to say. So yeah, I just figured, if I am vegetarian, why am I buying cosmetic products that inflict cruelty upon animals? You know what I mean? So I made the decision just to do a bit of research, and I just looked up what brands were cruelty free and what brands weren't, and educated myself, and slowly, it was a process, but I slowly weaned out all of the products that were not cruelty free. So yeah, those awful documentaries are what made me go cruelty-free, even though the meat industry and cosmetic testing are two different things, but I'd say that was like the source of all of my animal rights feelings. Is there a brand you really want to work with but haven't had the chance to? There are actually tons of brands that I really want to work with but have not had the chance to. I have gotten the opportunity to work with quite a few brands that I look up to. However, some of the brands that I would still really like to work with in the future would be like Tarte, Urban Decay would be an awesome one, Anastasia would be really cool, Bite Beauty would be awesome as well. I'm trying to think. House of Lashes would be really cool. I love them so much. Ooh, a good one that I haven't gotten to work with that I would really like to would be Wet n Wild. I really enjoy their products, so that would probably be a big one. And yeah, that's what I would say. Hopefully one day that will be in my future, but we'll see. So next question is ColourPop or Peachy? That's a hard one because I really like both of those brands and all their products. I would have to say ColourPop though, just because they are like significantly more affordable. I've found that Peachy can get a little pricey, and don't get me wrong, their products are absolutely phenomenal, but it's just not exactly a drugstore pricing for some people. Actually, for most people. Benefit or Anastasia? Definitely Anastasia, because Benefit's not cruelty free. I haven't tried pretty much any of their new launches since 2015. If you were doing any other career, what would it be? Well, considering this isn't my career, quite a few things. Let's see, my dream career, I guess would just be like making makeup, you know, combining like my science degree with the cosmetic world. That would probably be my dream job. I'm also really interested in genetics, so anything involving genetics would also be super cool and right up my alley. So I was talking pretty much that whole time that I was doing my eyeshadow, so I'm just gonna quickly explain what I did. I just took Peach Tea and Just Peachy on a huge fluffy brush and just kind of used that all over as a transition shade. Then I went in with Peach Cobbler and I blended that into the crease. I used Peach Tart and Just Ripe and placed that in the outer corner, and then Peach Meringue and just took that all over the lid. Okay, so then I'm just gonna take my Kat Von D tattoo liner in Trooper Black. I got this in PR and I don't know how I lived without it. This is so good and I don't know why it took so long to try it. So the next question is, what are your thoughts on the new Anastasia Beverly Hills palette? I think that it is absolutely stunning and I can't wait to get my hands on it. I think lately it's been kind of bothering me about how hyped up the Anastasia Beverly Hills PR list is. It just feels like that's everyone's end goal, and it used to be mine too until I realized that it was just such a huge marketing ploy to get people to want to buy their stuff so they feel included. And if I'm honest, I don't really want to feel like that. So yeah, I think their stuff is beautiful, but I will continue to purchase it because I'm not on the PR list, and it doesn't matter if I'm not on the PR list. I made that realization recently, and I'm so much happier now that I don't care anymore. Okay, so the next question is, when, how, and why did you realize you wanted to do makeup on social media? And I'm just going to use my Tarte Lights Camera Lashes mascara. The defining moment of me doing makeup on social media was when I got reposted by Tarte. I was kind of just posting on social media whenever I did makeup that I was proud of, and one day Tarte reposted one of my pictures and I was like, holy crap, that just got me so much recognition and so many followers, and they noticed me and I am so excited. And I actually got a lot of hate on my eyebrows on that picture. I mean, rightfully so, they were pretty god awful, but yeah, so I went out and I bought some eyebrow wax and I fixed myself up and I started actively creating. And that was like the first moment where I was like, wow, maybe this could actually go somewhere. And it has. It has taken me a lot of places, and I've had some really cool opportunities because of it, and I'm so grateful that I've been doing it. And yeah, I just kind of got so motivated by that one repost, and I just never really stopped from there. Where do you want to live? Location, a mansion, an apartment, a small house, etc. I would preferably like to live in the greater Toronto area just because that's where my family is. I'm also going to take my butter bronzer from Physicians Formula and just kind of bronze up my face. But yeah, I definitely want to live in the greater Toronto area. I want to live in like not a small house, but not a massive house either. I want something that's like sustainable and that I can actually clean, unless I'm rich enough to have a cleaning lady, but I don't see that happening. So yeah, I just want to live where my family is. That's pretty much it. Can you tell me a really good concealer? Tarte Shape Tape. Can't beat it. I'm sorry. I know that's gonna be everyone's answer, but it's just so good. Like, it's just so good. What's your favorite foundation? Right now it is the Beauty Blender Bounce foundation. I love that one. I think the packaging is really innovative and it's just really worked for me and pretty much everyone that I've recommended it to. So, ooh, here's a good one. If you could give your younger self some advice, what would it be? Stop caring so much. Yeah, I used to, you know, freak out about everything socially, and I would just tell myself to stop caring because you're not going to talk to these people in 5 years anyways. And I would also tell myself to just focus on yourself and just do things for you, because even still, I'm still working on this. I do so much for other people and always consider other people in my decisions, even ones that should really be only concerning me. So yeah, it would be to just do what's best for me and ignore everyone else. Favorite setting spray? I don't really have one. I don't have one that I love a lot, so none. Will you ever move back to the Caledon area, or are you going to stay in Ottawa? So just a little backstory before I answer this question, or else it's not going to make any sense. I'm then going to go into the Pop of Peach by Morphe and just going to mix these two shades right there. So my boyfriend Ryan and I, we grew up in the greater Toronto area, so just north of Toronto in a place called Caledon. And then I moved 5 hours away to Ottawa for school, and then he ended up moving here as well. So the question was, will I ever move back? Yes, we have plans to move back. The question is just when. We're not sure, but it's just too hard to be away from our families for prolonged periods of time. We're both very family-oriented people, so we will be moving back eventually. Another question, what is your favorite under eye cream? That's another product that I don't have a favorite of. I'm always trying to find my holy grail and I just can't find it. So if you have any good recommendations, let me know. It's been so cold lately. What do you do to keep busy? I'm always in the house. That's literally me too. It's too cold to go outside, so I just don't go outside. But the one thing that I've actually found that is a lot of fun, helps me stay active and warm up at the same time, is doing like warmer yoga classes. Hot and warm yoga is like the best. I'm using French Vanilla Highlighter by Kylie Cosmetics as well, by the way. But yeah, I've been loving hot and warm yoga classes, and I'm someone who's sensitive to the heat. Like, I can't do those classes in the summer, but since it's been so cold, I've been able to handle it. And yeah, that's what I've been doing, but I don't blame you for staying inside. What are the 3 things that you are most grateful for? My parents, Ryan, and Fred. Well, what about my best friends? Can I choose 4 things? Okay, I'm gonna only answer a few more just because I'm running out of questions and I'm running out of face to put makeup on. So what were some of your favorite Canadian kids shows? I think everything that I watched was fairly American. Like I don't really know. Like I grew up on Barney and stuff, you know? I'm using the Flower Beauty Matte Naked Blush lipstick. Yeah, I don't really know if there's anything specifically Canadian that I watched. Sorry, I know that was a lame answer, but I'm kind of having a brain fart here. This is actually a really nice formula. I really like that. And the last question that I'm going to answer is, what was your first experience with makeup and how did you get into it? I actually got into it through YouTube when I was 15 years old, so about 10 years ago. I'm going to top this lip off with Bite Beauty Flat White lip gloss, not lipstick. But yeah, I started off by watching All That Glitters 21, Elle Fowler, and Blair, and they recommended so many MAC items and I just became MAC obsessed, and then that's when the beauty obsession began. I got up at 5:30 every morning for my 8 o'clock classes in high school to do my makeup. Like, it was ridiculous. And I would just love playing with all new makeup, and every time there was a new MAC collection that was released, I was like at the counter the day it launched. And yeah, since then, I just can't get enough of it. And that's it for the questions that I'm gonna answer today, and this is the completed look. I'll zoom you in a little bit, as I always do, so you can see it a little bit better. It's just a nice natural look. Sometimes I don't wear makeup when I'm going to run errands, and that's all I'm doing today. But I really wanted to film this video, so I figured I would just kind of slap a face on that's not gonna look crazy while I go do things. So yeah, that was almost all of the questions that I got in. So thank you so much if you sent in a question. I really appreciate it, and I love that you guys kind of want to get to know me better, because I always want to get to know you guys better too. So that being said, I kind of want you guys to answer a question in the comments. The last question that I answered, which was, what was your first experience with makeup and how did you get into it? Because I really want to know how you discovered makeup and got into it and started loving it. Anyways, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you next Tuesday. Bye!